Hey, so I said I would show this to you before in the previous video, and then I didn't because I'm a filthy, rotten liar. This is the Solitaire Oracle that I use to uh, ask yes/no questions and various things. When I'm playing Solitaire, it's kind of a cross between a simplified version of Mythic GME and the one out of Scarlet Heroes. I will put a link to it down in the video description if you are actually interested in getting a copy of the stupid thing. But it's not hard. You determine a, a likelihood of the question being true or not, and then you roll a 20-sided die and reference the number across this way and then go down to find the answer. So you'll have, like no and, which is like a extreme no. It's like no, there are no tracks and no evidence that anyone has been here for a long time. Or yes and would be like, yes, there are lots of tracks and you can tell exactly what they are and how many people were here. And then there are just like regular yeses and nos, and there's no, but like, no, there are no tracks, but you do find a little bit of spore, but you're not sure what it might have come from. Or yes, there are tracks, but you're not exactly sure how many people there were or which way they went from here. So that's the way that works. And there are also these. I had to use a D20 for this. I wanted to use 2D6 for all of them because it's just kind of neater. But the yes/no oracle has an even number of results, and all the rest of them have an odd number of results. So a 2d6 doesn't work great for like the results balance when you have an even number of results like this. And then there are these here, like if you roll a 1 on the 20-sided die, then you roll it again, and that's your answer. And it's the same up here when you roll like a 20 in this in the extremes, because this was actually originally a 3d6 table, but I thought that a single d20 was a little more straightforward for the user, and the probability spread's about the same as it was with 3d6. Anyway, so yeah, there's an oracle for finding the amount of something. Like if you're looking for water and you don't know, whatever game you're using doesn't have a specific mechanic to determine how much water you find. You just roll an unknown, like how much water do we find? And you get a 6, and it's like, oh, you find enough, or you find plenty, or you find an excess of water. You can interpret that however you want. Same with size and length. Like how deep is the hole? Like how long is the road or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And we have some distance oracles here, like if you're trying to find something that is probably nearby, but you're not exactly sure how near it is, like, oh, I want to grab a rock and throw it at the orc. Well, is there a rock within reach? I don't know, probably. And then you roll this and it's like, well, no, but there's one within the room somewhere, so you might be able to use your movement action and go get it. And then there's longer distances within the dungeon, like you find a clue, like where is the thing that the clue points to, and you determine a probability as usual and roll your 2d6, and it's, either, oh, it's in this room, or it's like 2 or more levels away from you, dungeon levels away from you. Then there's also an overland distance table, so you can, how far away is the treasure that's on this treasure map you just found? Well, I don't know, so you roll a 2d6, and it's in this town, or the same hex or something, or in the general vicinity, or it's in the same hex, or it's within a day or a week or a month journey, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, that lets you randomize some things that may not have specific rules, like more more narrative sorts of things, and I don't know, I think it works alright. It's a lot simpler than Mythic. I mean, Mythic's fine, but it's too complicated because I'm stupid, as you saw in that previous video when I failed to multiply 27 and 3 in my head. That was the dumbest thing that I've done in the last, I don't know, 6 hours, I think. But yeah, so dizzydragon.net is my website. It's a shitty website that I have not updated for many years, but I will endeavor to upload this document to it at some point within the next 10 years, and maybe or maybe not you will find it there. All right, bye.